Hi, I'm Kevin Hill, and today we're going to do another fun painting. So let's get started. We'll start off today with the 2-inch brush and a tiny, tiny little bit of yellow. And we'll come right about here and just drop in a nice little sunset. And maybe we'll stop right about there. Now I've loaded up a little bit of red and white on the same brush. And we can drop in the red part of this sunset. But there's very, very little color on the brush. So this is very soft. If you load up a lot of paint on the brush, then you'll get much brighter colors. And today I want my colors very, very soft. Now we're going to make some clouds. So I've mixed up 4 different colors here. I started with red and blue. And then I had red and blue, but this time I added more blue. And here I added some black to it. And here this is red, blue, and a little bit of yellow. So we have all sorts of colors. And I'll use those on the 1-inch brush to drop in some clouds. And I'm going to vary the colors. I'm going to occasionally hit all the colors that I have. There's some of the black and the blue. And that way I have all sorts of colors happening in my clouds. And here's some of that with more red in it. And I did add white to all of the colors to lighten them up. Otherwise they were too dark. And here's some yellow. Just drop in all sorts of little clouds. Now, with a clean 2-inch brush, we can come in here, and I think I'll use tiny circles. And we'll very, very lightly blend out these clouds. Now you notice I kept a lot of those bright colors in the middle, and then as I got away from the light, I used more of the black and the blue. Use only the top corner of the brush and just turn it and spin it. And that'll really make your clouds look soft. If your brush gets kind of clogged up with paint, wipe it off on a paper towel. Don't overblend. Only give them a little light blend and then leave them alone. And now when you have the bottoms done, you can work on these tops. Just give them a light little blend of fluff like that and make them very soft. I've loaded up a fan brush with a little bit of white paint. And I'm going to use only the corner to tap on a little bright highlight just on the edge of these clouds. I'm not going too far down into the cloud. This is more like a little silver lining on the cloud. Not really a full highlight. When you're done highlighting your clouds, you can take a 2-inch brush and very, very lightly just soften the highlight. I'm using only the top corner of that brush. Don't want to destroy them. We want them to be pretty bright, so we'll just soften them a little bit. And then maybe blend them like this too. Then lightly across. Before I started this painting, I had a little bit of masking tape up here, so we'll take that off now. That was just to keep my horizon line straight. With the filbert brush and some brown and red and blue, we can come right about here and just start sketching in where some of our waves will be. I think we'll do a nice little seascape today. And I want to plan out where things are going to be. So maybe there's one wave, and maybe there's a bigger one right here. Now I have these in here because I'm going to actually want to paint around them. So now I know where I'm going to have them. I've loaded up the 1-inch brush with that same color, and we can begin blocking in the background part. So we'll just rub it in, and I'm going to try to keep it pretty flat. And let's leave an area open, and we'll skip right over here because I want a reflection of light on the water, and I want it to be brighter there in the middle. With a clean 1-inch brush, we'll load it up with a little bit of orange. And we'll put that light reflection right about here. You can see that's why I wanted that open area. Right up to the horizon there. And then let the two blend together. There. We don't want to be able to tell where the colors stop. Let them go right together. With the knife and a little bit of white, we can come right along in here and just touch. Let that knife bounce right along. And this will create little waves in the background. You see that covers up kind of that darker color there. That was a little bit too dark. There, look at all that bright highlight. Don't cover up all the yellow. Let a little bit of it show through. Also, let the paint get darker as it comes out toward the sides. With a little bit of green on the filbert brush, we can come right in here and rub in some color. I'm using tiny circles, and maybe we won't have it as dark up there. So at the top of the wave, we'll leave a little bit of white canvas. And then we can do the background wave too. With some yellow and white on a filbert brush, we can come right up here and add the real bright part of the wave. Don't get too much of that green mixed in. We'll blend it in just a second. For now, try to keep the color pretty pure. And maybe a touch back in here. Now I've changed to a clean 2-inch brush. And I'm going to start up here in the light area and blend down until I have a very soft transition. Before we go too far, I want to make this wave back here. So here and there, I'm just going to pull down to create the suggestion of a little bit of detail back there. Not too much. This wave is pretty far away. Now I'll load up a fan brush with some white and come right over here and pull. This creates a lot of nice foam highlights. But we don't need too many because I think we're going to have a rock, and the rock will be somewhere in this area. So we'll push up. That wave is hitting up against that rock, and it's making a huge splash up here. Now I'll load up the 2-inch brush with a little bit of orange and white. And with that, maybe we'll just start right here and pull down. Remember, we're carrying that reflection of light all the way through, even the wet sand. And that's what this is. So we'll pull straight down. As we come out, grab a little bit of purple. These are the same colors I used up here in the water. Pull that straight down. A little bit of brown. There we are. And then we can blend lightly across. With some yellow and white on the fan brush, we need a little reflection right on this wet sand. Really sparkle it up, brighten it up a little. That's yellow and white. Now, I'll grab pure white and go right in the middle. And dark as you come out, not so much highlight over here. With the knife and a little bit of blue and white, we can come right about here and rub in, a little line of foam. I guess that's the best way to describe this. It's a little bit of foam that's washing up on the shore. And I'm pushing very, very hard here. I'm trying to get that ridge of paint out there. And you get that by really bending that knife. And maybe we want another layer of foam. Just drop it right in, right over that highlight. With the clean fan brush, we can grab the back of this foam and blend it. I want to totally blend away the back without touching the top. Leave this top edge here very clean. Don't destroy that. Just blend it back. With the knife and some brown and black, we can drop in this rock here. Because remember that's a big splash. So it has to be hitting up against something to become that big. So we need a little rock there. Just drop it in with the knife. It needs to be very, very dark because we need the contrast when we go to highlight it. There. Now maybe we want some on this side. So we'll just drop them in the same way. With a little bit of brown and white on the knife, we can drop in some highlights to these rocks. Just touch with the knife and let it gently run right along the rock. It makes it look very rough. Leave a lot of that dark in there. With the script liner, we can drop in a little shadow underneath this foam. This will really help it stand up and look three-dimensional. There, just run a little line right where you want this foam to stand up. All right, well, I think we're done. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Don't forget to check out my website and also my DVD for sale. And thanks for watching.